Hey folks, we're a little late on hitting the record button. We're doing a cube right now, and our first pick was Sylvan Library in the pack. There was also a Secura Tribe Elder, so I thought it was the best pick in the pack. There was also an Entomb and some compulsive research and a bunch of good blue cards. But I ended up going with the green card in that pack because I ended up thinking that we'd be best served by signaling green was being cut. We've seen good green pass up until this point. Explorer is a very powerful card, but not in the style of deck I'm building. I think I'm going to go with the Hornet Queen of the Stomping Ground, and it could be wrong, but I think I'm going to take Queen. And it's either a main deckable card or it's a great sideboard card against the aggro matchup, especially if I can pick up like a speculative like Eldritch Evolution or Natural Order. Okay, so we'll pick this up. Garrick, so yeah, our deck's open. Also interesting in the same pack are Breeding Pool and Deranged Hermit, which complement the opposition deck. That tends to go like opposition if it's in the initial pack tends to go very early. The Garrick's our pick though. It's just fast mana. It's in the open. It's just better than both those. Well, it's probably not better than Breeding Pool, but I don't know I'm going to be blue yet, even though I do like the color combo of blue and green. And the cards I have in the one spot support a mono green deck better than they do a blue green deck. Blue green's a little more mid rangey. Hornet Queen's definitely our worst card. I don't like that as like my curve topper. I like that as like a board card for certain matchups. And I think in that kind of matchup, I'd rather have a card like a Tarka. But obviously, a Tarka is two colors, so I mean that's branching out. We already saw the Stomping Ground go by, so it's not likely it comes back. I mean, it depends on who's cubing. Sometimes you just get into cubes where no one values lands. In the deck we're on, I mean, I don't think, with what we've seen so far and what we think is open and we're trying to cut, I don't think we want the lands at this point either. So this is the first real miss. And I think this is interesting. So I'm going to hope to wield the Oath of Nissa and I'm going to take the Kiora. It's a little speculative. We already passed the Breeding Pool. Like I said, I don't think it'll come back. Okay, this is just a Lumbering Falls. I think the Kiora is a more speculative pick on what we've got going on. I think Whisperwood Elemental is the card we want. And then I'm not taking Blossoming Defense. I don't know why it's in the cube. I mean, it's an okay pump, but we're gonna take the Vorinclex. All right, so the only thing that's not in this pack this is the initial pack we had is we're gonna take Bonfire, I think. Is the Secura Tribe Elder, which really doesn't tell us much. And if I had to choose between these two, well, this is an 8er and this is a 7. I don't really have mana for 8 right now. Even 7 is kind of a stretch. I need more pump. Well, I guess with Garrick and the Arbor Elf and the birds. Okay, well, we can definitely go big. I think in the dark, Den Protector is a better card, like a blue-green card. But I think I'm going to take the Nissa, and I'm really kind of hoping to get back, and I don't know if this is the pack, it may be the next pack. We'll cut the Koth. I think it's the best card in this pack. Well, Geomancer's cool. Cathartic Reunion only goes in one deck. Spell Queller is very specific to a color combo. Kaiga is old. And when I say old, I mean it's outdated. All right, the Ajani is getting in there. Okay, I don't think we'll take the Banefire. I don't think we're going to get back. I think we already passed the pack that had the Oath of Nissa in it. There is someone else playing green. Oh no, we did get the Oath back. That's cool. Okay, for this pack, I think the Findhorn Elves is the best card in the dark. Yeah, in the dark, Findhorn Elves is definitely best. We're kind of hoping to get like a Thragtusk. That's kind of where we're hoping to go. Actually, this deck is coming together pretty well. We may even run the Kiora without any mana fixing, because, I mean, the Oath of Nissa does fix it. I mean, we'd have to, like, run, like, you know, an island, but, we have Birds of Paradise. Well, the best big green card is definitely Tooth or Nail. Bloom Tender I don't think is going to be great in this deck, so I think we take a speculative Tooth and Nail here. But, you know, depending on how the packs feel, I mean, we could even get so greedy as to, like, try to run a Koth and a Johnny with an Oath of Nissa, but that's, like, really greedy. I'm not that greedy of a player. At the end of the day, I mean, you know, if we wanted to, we could play this Vorinclex. It's huge. Okay, Rofalos, get in there. Another shout out to Nissa, Vital Force. I think she's a great card, but Rofalos is exactly what this deck wants to be doing. What do I think? I'm not a huge fan of Genesis Wave. It's just so mana intensive. We already have the Tooth and Nail, which kind of replicates that effect. I think I'm going to take the Wall of Blossoms. It kind of like, I mean, it gets you into gas, because this deck tends to run out of gas easily with how much ramp it has. And it does shore up the early aggressive match. So I think Blossoms is going to get in there, but it may come out. I just think Genesis Wave is too Timmy. It's just a counter bait card. Okay, not much in here for us. We will take the Goyf, but we're not going to start it. Goyf's an awesome card. It's not as great in Cube, or it's very specific to certain types of decks. Like, I think it's good in Rug decks. Like, decks that still use a lot of spells and are not as permanent based. You know, I mean, we do have we have 2 enchantments so far, a bunch of planeswalkers, a bunch of creatures, I guess lands, but I don't think Tarmogoyf is good enough. I mean, Vorinclex may be a start right now. I don't know. We'll put him into the 8-drop. This is a 9-drop realistically, but I mean, I guess unless you sack into your creatures and you have this. We're really hoping for like a Crater Hoof and more Mana Dorks. Okie doke. We already have one Garruk, which is a knock against the Garruk Relentless. Plus, it really doesn't complement what we're doing here. Scavenging Ooze is interesting because it allows us to play around Reanimator to a certain extent, but it's more of a mid-range card. Dustwatch Recruiter, same, but I'm going to have a lot of mana, so I think the Recruiter is probably the right pick here. It could be wrong, though. What do I think has the highest probability of wheeling? Well, my curiosity, I wonder if I take the Garruk, because I think the Garruk is in the dark, the best green card. I wonder if one of the two wheel. I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to take the Garruk and hope that one of those two wheel. Plus, Planeswalkers just tend to be good in the cube. I mean, they're pure value. They're pure gas. That may have been greedy. I think I wanted the Dustwatch Recruiter for this deck, but my creature count's actually not even that high yet. But I make a lot of mana, and like being able to get after more cards, like card advantage, is going to be important for this deck. So we're kind of hoping to wheel it. We'll see. Someone will take one of those two. This pack is full of blanks. Temple of Mystery, I think, is going to get in there, though. I don't like tapped lands in this kind of deck. Mana Gorger Hydra is meh. That's a mid-range card. It's like a rug card again. It's a deck that runs a lot of spells, like cheap spells. I think we'll play the Temple of Mystery? Yeah. This pack has nothing for us, so someone else has obviously jumped into green. What do I think the best card is in the pack? Probably the Wandering Fumarole. Well, I mean, Entreat the Angels is also awesome, but I mean, it takes so much setup. The best red deck wins card is Stromkirk Noble, but I think in the dark, Wandering Fumarole is the best. So, someone else has definitely jumped into green. I don't know if... so I think in this pack we're getting cut a little more. I think in the third pack we'll have first pick at it. I think because of the way the first pack played out, our third pack should play out favorably for green. Because our first couple picks we saw a lot of green and then it started getting cut. So my guess is they're like 3 or 4 seats away from us. And we'll have first dibs on the green stuff during the next pack. But I honestly wouldn't be shocked. Okay, well that's odd. I guess maybe not. This card's interesting. It's like a biorhythm on a card. I think I need to take the creature here. The Court of Calling is a good card, but I don't have enough creatures to really make it work. So we'll take this guy. Okay, someone of note took the Den Protector out of this pack. I think in the dark, the best card. It's probably unexpectedly absent. It's just unconditional. This pack, what do I think? Goblin Rabblemaster is just a beating. I don't want to face that thing if I can't answer it real fast. Well, I'm not going to be able to answer many things. I have to just outrace them. Stormbreath Dragon is definitely the best card in this pack. Consideration to Temple of Malady. We do have a lot of red cards, actually. Okay. We'll take... I guess we could play the Fleet Wheel Cruiser if we wanted to. If we're, just real threat light. I think we are going to play the Tooth and Nail based upon how these packs fell. We'll see. If we could pick up a few more Mana Dorks and, a Craterhoof Behemoth, we can get some of the clunkers out of here. I'm just not a huge... Vorinclex is a win more card, in my opinion. Once you have this thing, yeah, you're winning, but... it's too bad to see Kavu go that late. It's a great mid-range card. So, what's odd to me is someone else is on green, but they're probably not on, the green rug build. Because when I see a card like Flametongue Kavu go that late, that's a card that goes in that sort of deck. So maybe someone else is not on green. I'll put this in for now as a placeholder. I don't think it's good enough, though. Yeah, Kitchen Finks is going to be the card we take here. That card just keeps you alive for a while, and in a deck like this, you may need it. So our suboptimals right now our threes are really not great right now. And I also don't like our ramp targets. I like our low-end ramp. Wall of Blossom's a little clunky, but it does show up the aggro matchup. Same with Finks. Finks is actually fine. The Shaman, it's okay. Okay, well, this will be Green Sun Zenith. That definitely is a huge pickup. That card is a bomb. Say hello to Rofalos is pretty much what it is. I think we are going to run the Kiora with minimal fixing. This is got a lot of Planeswalkers, almost like Planeswalker.deck. So many we have? We have 4 right now, plus an Oath of Nissa to get after them. I think this thing can get Planeswalkers too. Yeah, it's land, creature, or Planeswalker. We'll actually probably run the Oath. I don't think it's bad. Alright, Surrak is interesting, but I think for this deck, it's more of a mid-range card. I think for this deck I want Harmonize. I'm going to run out of gas more easily, but I think my mana production will be okay. We do have some mid-rangey cards, like Whisperwood Elemental is a mid-rangey card, but what it does for you in the control and the versus control matchup is pretty huge. Giving you wrath proofing and essentially putting additional creatures on the board. I think we take Taiga here. I think it's the best. Well, correction, Utopia Sprawl's our card because we have an Arbor Elf. Yeah, Utopia Sprawl be it. That's a ramp card. I didn't see it at first. I think if it wasn't in the pack, we take the Taiga, and if we catch a fetch, we can possibly play maybe the maybe the Banefire, maybe the Flametongue. I don't know. The Rabblemaster, it's kind of meh. Yeah, Arbor Elf with these things is pretty good. I think there's one that actually draws you a card when you put it on 2. It's better than this one. This is the one where you choose the mana first. Yeah, the other one that's 2 mana, I believe, cycles itself and also adds any color you want. Not that we're a very chromatic deck, so I don't foresee a need to have that many. Now, we're not seeing a lot of good green here. Bloodbraid is definitely interesting. I love that card. I think Song of the Dryads is the pickup for us here, though. We'll put it in the board for now. I think what we do here is take the Hinterland Harbor. We're at 20 playables. Plus, we have a Goyf and a Song of the Dryad that we could play and a Fleet Wheel Cruiser. Cultivate is interesting, but, I don't think at this point I'm going to get the Craterhoof. I think someone came into that late. This is a great card. We'll put it in there. I think Vorinclex is going to be our Curve Topper, which is unfortunate. He's not, phenomenal, but it's not terrible either. This pack. Well, in the dark, I think Raging Ravine or Mutavault are the best cards. I tend to value lands pretty highly, but I really don't need the red fixing. I'm going to take the Raging Ravine, though, just in case I end up wanting to splash. We probably could here. That's interesting. So we'll take this. I wouldn't be shocked now if the Taiga came back, but, the value on that thing is a lot higher to fetches. Or do we want a board card for, I don't know, if we happen to face, mono-black aggro or control. I think it's fine if we have a glut of 4 drops because we have a lot of ramp. You just don't want to end up keeping a starting hand with it. Yeah, I'm gonna take this. I think it's more likely that we want that as opposed to, we'll take the Domri. The Domri is actually castable in this deck. Sirach, get in there. It's okay. Here, Nahiri's probably the best card. So we're on 23. This is probably a 17 or 16 land deck. Could probably go to 16 on it. But what do I play in there over? This is the best card in the dark. That thing is just a beating. So no one's on red deck wins, I don't think. Or I just think those cards are better than they are in red deck. Well, I have Koth the Hammer too, so yeah, they're probably not. Storm Breath is more of a big red card. It's funny, I just played big red in the cube before this that I wasn't live recording, and I actually won with it. I thought it was a really suboptimal build, though, of the deck. I don't know. This is a little slower because it's a legacy cube. Domri's interesting, so we only have 13 creatures, though. What do we want to cut? Like, maybe we can just get there with our planeswalkers, you know? Where does this put us right now? Why would I want a planes? So we're at 16 lands right now. We have 2 pieces of fixing for the Kiora, plus the Utopia Sprawl to make blue, plus the Birds of Paradise, plus the Oath, which can fix it. So I think we're good on fixing. Shaman of the Forgotten Ways, this is good. I don't really think it tends to be. So we only have 13 actual creatures. Although, the Biorhythm effect may be good. I don't know. I think we'll start it, see how it goes. Maybe we just want Cam Colossus. Cam Colossus is just a huge beating. Can't be removed by black spells. Is 16 lands good enough, though? I feel like I want to cut 1 4-drop. I think I'm going to cut, and it may be heresy. I think I'm going to cut. No, this card is just too good. It can just take over games on its own. I think we cut Sirach for now. That's down to 12 creatures. I know that's kind of like, meh. The Hornet Queen should keep us alive, though. We have the Garrick to keep us alive, fight their small stuff, put Death Touchers into play. Whisperwood can just run away with games on its own. Nissa can do the same thing. Hornet Queen can... Okay, yeah. I think we'll be okay without the 5/4. Are we going to go 16 lands? I think we might. Oh, wait, no. We're short cards right now, actually. So 17, we're actually short. So Sirach is getting back in there. I don't like him as much, but I guess I could go Fleet Wheel. No. Sirach's better than Fleet Wheel in this deck. We need more creatures in the deck. Okay, I think we're going to run this. I don't know, I'm on the fence about Cam Colossus just to up my creature count to make cards like Shaman of the Forgotten Ways better. But we're going to give this a try and see how it does. It's really weird, like, someone jumped into the deck late, or they just picked up a speculative Craterhoof Behemoth and they were kind of all over the place about supporting it. Because we have most of the good 1-mana cards, or 1-mana ramp cards, and we have the Rofalos, but Rofalos doesn't really mean anything because we picked it up like early in a pack. This hand's good. I mean, it doesn't really do a ton, but it's got a Sylvan Library, which, you know, I think is strong. I actually just played this player, I believe. But I think what we do is we go turn 2 Mana Gorger Hydra, turn 3 into Garrick to pump the Mana Gorger, untap to play the Sylvan Library. I think that's going to be our line. Hopefully we're not on, like, against a real aggressive deck. We'll do blue with this. I think that should be okay. Thalia. So I tend to think the Gorger is going to be good against his deck. We'll see. The Gorger's kind of meh. I'm not blocking. And Thalia is actually decent. We're like a spell heavier deck. All right, King Whiskers there. We're gonna cast our Sirach. I think. We're going to hang back. We don't need to. He's aggro. He's the beatdown. We're the control here. We just need time. I think next turn we can land the Garrick due to the Thalia taxing us a bit. And we can play out the Sylvan Library off of our Utopia Sprawled Forest. Unless we see like something like this is a weird spot for him. He doesn't want to attack. My guess, I mean, if he has a parallax, and maybe he's out of land, but if he has like a parallax wave, that would be good here. An Elspeth would be good here. I mean, like even that though is not great because it allows him to get a lot of damage in, but we could definitely attack through it. We're going to cast a lot of spells. We're going to cast a minimum of 2 spells next turn. I don't think we can get all 3 due to the Thalia. So Garrick's 5. He makes 3 mana, casting Sylvan. Which puts, if he casts a spell this turn, 1 to 2 spells this turn, the Mana Gorge will be a 4/4, it'll be a 6/6 next turn with Trample. Okay, we see an Oblivion Stone. I don't know what he gets with this. Probably the Mana Gorger? Okay, yep. Which I'm fine with. I can still block all day long. Hornet Queen is great in this matchup. So this is the kind of matchup we were looking for when we thought of Hornet Queen. We'll play that out. He's got to remove our threat. If he does, it's bad. He's going to get our Garrick. But we got to set up for a Queen, I think, the Hornet Queen. I'm trying to think if we have main deck ways of answering enchantments. I actually don't think we do, randomly enough. He's probably going to remove our Surrak. Okay, no, it's a Silverblade Paladin. So, if I get a Forest off the top next turn... Well, we're blocking the Brimaz. I think what we do here, so that is double strike, which stinks. We'll definitely block, but this is actually Well, that is unfortunate. I think what we do is this. We'll put this on top. We can play both of these out. I think we need to. We're going to cast the Oath of Nissa looking for land here. Perfect. The Garrick is good, but I already have one in play, and I don't want to throw that card down the tubes. We'll block here all day. We just need to keep our Garrick alive. So Brimaz will make a 1/1 that'll hit something. If he has another creature, he'll probably pair it up with his Silverblade. I feel like if I can get Hornet Queen in play, though, we can tend to beat this. All right, he pairs that up. That's cool. We'll block the Silverblade all day long, though, with the Shaman, which is nice because unless he has like a Bone Splitter or something, we should be able to get in his way. Okie doke. Yeah, we're blocking. We don't need this thing. And now I like our position with that thing off the board. Well, Vorinclex is huge. Well, Nissa is very interesting. I think what we do is this. So how much mana can we make this turn? We can untap these 5 again. Untap 4. That's 5, 7. Yeah, this works. On top. On top. Vorinclex will be our next turn play. So what we'll do is this. We'll play our Nissa out. We'll untap 4 of our lands. So we kind of went like the combo Planeswalker value route. So what we're kind of hoping to do is just get like a Nissa token or something, or not a Nissa, a Kiora token, or we could overrun with Garrick next turn. Actually, overrun with Garrick next turn, I believe, wins. This deck is pretty cool, actually. 4 clicks. Just ridiculous. I think we wait on the Kiora, and I think we overrun here. Overrun should be lethal, so that's, oh yeah, that's 12. Okay, let's give the overrun a shot. We'll see what happens here. I mean, if it all goes wrong and this fails, then he's got to have removal. Okay. He does not. So that worked out pretty well. As much as I love the Death and Taxes deck, that worked out well for us. What don't I like here? What do I want in the deck more? I guess Song of Dryads answers enchantments. I mean, it ramps him too, though. He's probably an Armageddon deck, which we can play around a little bit because we have like the Mana Dorks. Is Cam Colossus good enough? Does it have Trample? No. Okay, I think we stick with it how it is. And hopefully, we don't get out aggroed. Tarmogoyf's a consideration. Not a very strong one, but it's a consideration. I didn't like his attack with the Silverblade Paladin. I think that was a waste of that card. That card is very powerful. I guess he felt like he had to start getting aggressive before we blew up the board. But it actually pairs off very well against Hornet Queen. He's probably lamenting pulling this matchup. That deck is very good against like red deck win style decks. I don't think it's as good against like big Timmy Green decks though. It's just this deck. It has unfair mana production. His stuff is just bigger earlier, which is generally a problem for it. What do I think of Harmonize? Harmonize is kind of slow. So we're going to leave it as is, but if we get blown out this match, we may consider taking Harmonize out for Chameleon Colossus. That may seem terrible to most folks, but if I'm getting beat up by a bunch of 2-1s and 1-1s, the last place I want to be is casting a Harmonize, onto a board of like 5 2-2s. We're going to keep this. It's a little speculative. We're going to have to draw gas off the top. We do have the Surrock for good early interaction and blocks, and we have the Utopia Sprawl to ramp ourselves up. If we ever manage to get to it, if we don't get beat to death, the Tooth and Nail will be very strong. All right, no turn 1 play. That's good. Oath of Nissa. So I can't cast Surrock next turn anyways, so I think I Oath this turn. And we will take the Garruk Wild Speaker. Easy. That's going to help us, and I'm glad we did that. That's going to help us get to big mana. Plus with Utopia Sprawl, I think it's very strong. Blue? He must have Geist of St. Trapt or something in his deck. Well, this is playing out very similarly to how our last game did. Now, we kind of get punished here because the Mana Gorger comes off the top, but I mean, it wouldn't have been on the top if we hadn't cast the Oath of Nissa. Obviously, I'd rather have that. We'll choose blue. Let's see what he casts here. It's probably like, I don't know. We'll see. He's got an interactive spell of some sort. That's pretty cool. Oh, he's going to cast the 2 1-1s. That's fine. Oh, into the Royal? Whatever. That's fine. Actually, that may be better for us. We can still cast our Garruk next turn and cast our... Cool. This is a weird deck he's running. I've never seen it into the Royal in a deck with Thalia. Maybe he got a lot of, like, blue cards and green cards. I don't know. We'll cast the Mana Gorger out. I can't imagine he has a ton of counter magic, though. How do you play Thalia with like spells like Into the Royal? I'm like so confused right now. I'm going to get like Wrath or something. All right, Brimaz. Cool. Totally cool, dude. Here, I think we go Surrock. And I don't know, it's going to be close. I think next turn we actually probably have the Tooth and Nail. So that's 5, 6. Yeah, that's cool. I have haste, but I'm not going to attack in. I'm not the aggro. I still am not. I don't need to win right now. And if he has random removal, I don't want my Garruk to get killed by his silly Brimaz. the Garrick is more imperative to this plan because I mean, if I can go tooth and nail next turn into Hornet Queen plus plus Voron clicks, I think the game's over. And if we can still have a Garrick in that board, we can eventually overrun. Ancient Tomb is interesting. I don't know what the blue is doing in his deck. All right, so yeah, so we were justified in this. The Banishing Light, so he has an O-Ring and a Banishing Light. He may have both, and our Garrick may just die. Okay, well, he gets it. That's fine. I mean, we still have these threats, and they're like fine threats on their own. Okay. Well, you know, we may end up, what you may see is we may end up just casting. So that's 4. You know what we can do? Let's give this haste. All right, we'll give it haste. And, you know, let's just do this. Oh, crap, we're in combat. Oops. Well, I'm sorry. That was a complete error. You know, it's fine. So that's awkward. MTGO stops. You're killing me. Next turn, we'll just go to 9. We'll go to 9 with it, and we'll cast the Tooth and Nail and do what we were talking about before with the Garrick. That's fine. I hate to have given him a Moto Tail, because now, I mean, we may see like a crazy play, like remove the Elf. I mean, although I don't think that makes sense on this board stakes, I don't think... All right, Day of Judgment, cool. That's a weird card to have in a Brimaz deck. We're going to wait. I don't care to kill him with 4/4s. I mean, it may work just as fast, but I think he's just on a bunch of like 2/2s and 2/1s, which his deck I do not understand at all. It's a very weird deck. Thalia with like Days of Judgment. All right, that's fine. Draw cards. Muldrifter, Thalia, into the Royal, Day of Judgment, Brimaz, Banishing Light. This deck is going deep. Porcelain Legionnaire. Alright, so he's doing his best to put his early aggro theme on. And we're fine with that. Because we're going to go huge here. So we're at 9 there. That's 12. And Hornet Queen Vorinclex, I think. Or another interesting one is Whispering Wood. I mean, the question becomes, do you have another Wrath? I feel like this is good enough. I don't understand his deck, obviously, though. Like, I don't get what is going on over there. Porcelain Legionnaires and Thalias and Brimazes in a Wrath deck are weird to me. So, I mean, if I get blown out here, I guess I have... If I get Wrathed here, I guess I have a Garrick on top and a Nissa in play. He can't favorably attack in with any of his nonsense. So this game, I think, is over. He's on 3 cards, at least, though. Okay, he's going to tap out for something. And we're going to lock his lands down. If he has Wrath, he has Wrath. I mean, I guess I played into it. But, I mean, like I said, with a Garrick on top, I feel pretty good about that. Like, that's fine. So, like, anything he plays afterwards, we can snipe with Garrick. And then we have 4/4s off Nissa forever. All right, well, he's not untapping forever. That's actually fine. The problem with Sphinx here is you know, his mana production. Vorinclex is just going to beat him. Oi, 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 cancel. Do I have any use for, like, this much mana? What does this thing's ultimate do? Search your library for any number of basic land cards, put them into play. Those lands become 4/4 almost. They're still lands. Huh. Maybe we'll work towards that. So I think here... we go ahead and get rid of that thing. I wanted to use Garrick's other ability to find creatures. I think we attack with Vorinclex here. He can kill it, but he loses both of his threats. That's fine. Vorinclex, get in there. If you want to double block it... Oh, that stinks. I got to condemn here. That's okay, though. I mean, we still have a very defensible position. He has no attacks. What do I think of this? I think... what we do is this. Do we have a way to answer that thing? We'll sacrifice one of the death-touching 1/1s. Now, what do we like here? We'll run back Vorinclex. And the reason we run that back is because he has to wrath the board, and we have a Nissa that can ultimate. Search your library for any number of basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield, and then shuffle your library. Those cards become 4/4 elementals. We can win with that next turn if he wraths. I do not understand his deck, though. Like, I thought I was playing against White Weenie last round, and now I have a Consecrated Sphinx. This deck is all over the place. Something crazy happened here. I'm not saying it can't win here. I mean, he's got a lot of cards in hand. But it's going to take something special, and he doesn't have his next turn to do anything. Or his mana will not be... His mana will be tapped down. Because my guess is, if he has one more Wrath, he'll use that. I actually didn't know Condemn was in the cube. I knew, like, Path, Plow, Oust. I guess Condemn is the other, like, you know, 1 mana, you know, good white removal. It's more passive in nature. Like, I don't understand it with, like, cards like Porcelain Legionnaire, which is a complete aggro card. I guess it can play both. It can play defense and offense. Yeah, I don't know how he gets out of this. I don't think he does, is the simple answer. Because next turn we are going Nissa. I mean, I guess you could have Stifle. I don't know. Or like Clutch of Tentacle, whatever that card is, like Aether Spouts or something. I don't know. That could. I don't know if that's in the cube. I don't think it is. Something like tops all of my attackers. I mean, that would be good. That would be what I've got going on. And I would play right into it because I mean I don't think it's in the cube for starters. And all right, he's in the tank pretty deep. We obviously didn't cast or harmonize. Actually, I don't know if we want to even because we actually want to keep as many lands in the deck as we can. Is this how many? Any number of basic lands. So all our basic lands are coming out next turn. And we have... We've got 7 in play. We run 2 non-basics in a 17-land deck. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of lands coming out of the deck. We got one of our non-basics on top, which is fine. I'd rather actually not have... we're going to see here. Silver Blade, okay. Well, I'll block whatever you attack me with. I am not... as long as it doesn't have trample, I'm okay. I will block with one of my insects. Yeah, see, like Silverblade Paladin and Consecrated Sphinx, they don't go in the same deck. They just don't. Okay, that's paired up. Cool. Cool, cool. Um... Yeah, this has got to be good enough, right? We'll save that scry effect. Yeah, let's go for it. This has got to be good enough. I mean, even if he like blows up all of our lands, like he wraths, we still have a ton of lands. We still have enough mana to cast, the remainder of our deck, which has actually got a lot of gas in it still. I don't think these have haste. If they do, that'd be awesome. That's all the lands. Oh yeah, I forgot we gain like infinite life too. That's pretty sweet. It's kind of random that the Fyndhorn Elves is still on top of the deck. Alright, we got birds. Do we care about the foreign clicks? Not really. How does he block here? That's 5. He would lose both of those things. Do I care about that? Not really. Well, let's force him to Wrath. Force him to Wrath, I think, is the right play. Because next turn we have the win. Like, he can't get around this. I don't... Yeah, okay, what do you got, man? That's cool. So I have Indestructible. It's still not good enough. So I'm glad I didn't attack him with the Vorinclex. His mana's not untapping now. We have easily lethal next turn. There's no way of getting out of this. And I'd be shocked if there's a way he can kill me. That's it's a lot of forest attacking. We'll see though. Stranger things have happened. Okay, yep. Packing it in. That was pretty silly. I'm glad I'm live recording this one because this deck is funny. Alright, let's go to our second match. This deck's funny and the opponent's deck was definitely funny. Not to be mean to him. I mean, it's those cards don't go together whatsoever. I guess Consecrated Sphinx is good in any deck. Is this keepable? Yeah, it is. So we got a Utopia Sprawl. We're hoping to pull lands off the top. Shaman of the Forgotten Ways actually won't be bad in this hand. And then if we can pull lands, we eventually have our Tooth and Nail. Come on, land. Nope. Not a bad pull, though, in Garrick. So we got blue-black. Could be many things. Could be Esper, Grixis. Do you have Metal Misstep? Or Daze? I don't think Metal Misstep's in the cube. Daze is. Okay. That's a weird play to me. Control decks should not want to counter that kind of thing. But it actually may be good here. Because we do not have a very assertive start. We need to draw lands. If we get a land next turn and can get the Shaman of the Hunt down, that should be good. He probably has kill, though. Looks like he's on Grixis. We may just scrub out on lands and not get there. And that'd be unfortunate. Yeah, that's what's happening. So, I think his first play with Daze was poor, but it's going to get us. But, I mean, we bricked on 3 lands for our Crescent. Turn 3, yeah. We bricked on 3 lands. Which stinks. Well, if you always brick, you'll never get there. So it looks like we may be bricking. If we see like a Chase the Mind Sculptor, I mean, he's got counter magic. That's obvious. I think we let him counter the Finks. Or we just let him counter this thing, or kill it. That's fine. He's got burn or something for it, probably like a lightning bolt. That'll allow us to cast multiple spells in a turn, though, if it goes uncontested. Okay, you're going to tap something down with that? That's fine. We'll pressure that thing. Okay, she's going to tap that. That's cool. Cool. Sirach. Unfortunately, we're one short. That's why the Finks would have been actually a better play there. I mean, we couldn't have known Tamiyo was coming in. He's going to tap down the silly Sirach. Tamiyo doesn't scare me, though. I mean, maybe it should after being mana screwed that many turns. But I feel like he's got to spend a lot of mana being reactionary as opposed to developing his own plan, which, whatever that is. He's definitely up on mana right now, though, which is a good place to be. Actually, of note, the biorhythm effect on Shaman of the Forgotten Ways may be interesting if we can ever get to that much mana. I mean, this deck can produce a lot of mana, but I don't know if we'll get there or not. If he doesn't have the removal, he almost has to kill the or tap down the Sirach this turn, which I don't think is favorable. Okay, yep, Dreadbore. That's fine. I don't care about that. So I think he'll have a tougher time dealing with Planeswalkers. We'll see, though. Heck, I may have a tough time dealing with Planeswalkers. We'll essentially have a 4/4 next turn, though, if he doesn't tap down one of our lands with the Nissa. We'll see. We're at card parity, at least. And actually, we've definitely come back on lands. Got another forest on top. I don't like our position. It's not enviable because his Tamiyo is a lot closer to ultimate than... Well, I mean, my Garrett can't ultimate. Yeah, no, this one can't ultimate. It just removes stuff. I mean, we could do the combo with Kiora, targeting Kira, and then kill it with Garrick. But I think our primary concern needs to be the Tamiyo Moonsage. If he hits the Garrick, I think he is not likely to hit the Garrick this turn, because the Garrick is probably more dangerous to him flipped than it is like this. I think both are dangerous, but alright, well, I'm kind of glad to see him play a land there because that means he has less gas in hand. He's probably going to... He may activate his Wandering Fumarole here. I wouldn't be shocked to see that. Although, he has to remove the Wolf first. Maybe not. It's going to be close. If he has a 2-mana kill spell, he probably removes the Wolf, kills my Garrick. That would be my guess. But if he does that, it gives us an opportunity to use the land off the top plus the Nissa. Okay, he's got the 2-mana kill spell. He's going to kill my Garrick. That's his line. So we can definitely hit. That's fine. He's down to 2 cards at this point. I think he's hoping to ultimate his Tamiyo, which I don't think is going to get there. So he's keeping us off mana for this thing. This is hitting us. I don't like attacking with that. That's fine, though. What is this thing ultimate on? 8? Yeah, okay. I think this next turn, I don't think we can just swing for the fences. I don't think we can swing for the fences this next turn. I think what we need to do... This will threaten his Tameo, but it also forces him. He may just go Tameo, tap it down to kill our Nissa. That's fine. It's very main intensive for his Wandering Fumarole. I don't envy our position here, though. We need to hit that Tameo. The play here may be to tap down the Kitchen Finks with his Tameo, but he knows he's going to get hit with the... I'll hit him with the Shaman of the Forgotten Ways, unless he has one more removal spell, in which case, if he does, well, then I guess he has the game, but he is down to 2 cards. He's considering through it as well. He may have to pitch his Kira to our Shaman. Because if Tameo ultimates, it's not good. But him on 2 cards, I mean, unless he has a counterspell. If he has a counterspell, it's just game. I mean, I can't play around that. Not on that much mana. I'm not running something like Armageddon, where like I can force him to replay lands every turn. Okay, yeah, this is the line he's going to go for. So he's going to leave Kira back, attack him with the Wandering Fumarole. Maybe not. Very interesting. Well, we'll see what he does here. He may just win the game. Frost Titan or something. Hugin? Well, he can't do 5. Ah, he gets it, okay. That's probably game. Yeah, it's game, guys. We can't beat Nugan from that point. I think we had this game if we hadn't missed on lands as hard as we did. That's unfortunate, but we'll get him next game. I feel pretty confident this is an okay matchup for us. His deck is really slow, and I didn't see a lot of counter magic. Song of the Dryads is an interesting consideration. I think he gets in there. What don't I like? I don't think Hornet Queen is necessary. But, yeah, I don't think it's necessary. If we, we'll leave Tooth and Nail, and if we Tooth and Nail, we'll get the Whisperwood and the Vorinclex. Whisperwood's hard to deal with. I like the Song. I actually like Mana Gorger, too. Mana Gorger's not bad here. I mean, it'll probably just get removed by a Death, what is it, Doomblade or whatever. Or Go for the Throat. What do I think of Goyf? Goyf may be interesting in this matchup. It's just a lot of early pressure. It just forces removal early. Yeah, what do I think? I think Goyf may get in there too. Matter of fact, what do we think of just going value dudes? Just pressure him early and try to stop this, like, not do this big stuff. We've got a lot of mana. I like the Planeswalkers against this deck. I like the Harmonize. This is a weird board setup. This is a weird board idea. I'm going to give it a shot, though. I think it actually, and Fleet Wheel may even be interesting against him, too. That's what I'm thinking through right now. Maybe better than Cam Colossus. Cam Colossus has protection from black, though, which is relevant against him. It does not have Trample, though. And it's not as good at threatening Planeswalkers. Plus, Fleet Wheel Cruiser threatens Ugin very well. I don't know if it's enough. I mean, Ugin's 8 mana. He's not a ramp deck, so, like, he's casting Ugin on turn 8 at earliest. Yeah, we'll play first. So this hand's fine. It's got a turn 2 Kitchen Finks. If we draw land, ideally, turn 3. He's down to 5. Oof. Okay, I like our chances here. And actually, this is the sort of deck that I'm not uncomfortable being on the draw against, which I think he'll opt to do. Most players don't consider those kind of things as much. And I think he'll put us on the draw if we win this game, which I think we're favored to do when he's on 6 off the draw. Early pressure. Hard to remove. Early pressure, go. We may even just do Cam Colossus next turn. I don't know. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to jam the Cam Colossus. I think the Garrick is more valuable, and this is going to get countered by like a remove soul or something. I'm fine with that. I have the harmonize. Days? Okay. Nope. Can't pay for it. That's fine. I'm not going to play around that. Spellskite? Cool. This is going to be a pretty disgusting turn. Okie doke. Go ahead. Chase the Mind Sculptor. Interesting. I wonder what he does with it. He bounces that. Interesting. So I think... Oh yeah, what we do here is this. Play this out. Tap this land first. Do we have enough? Do we have enough to do it all? It's close. You don't have a daze now, you have a force of will. Okay, Surak, hunt color. Oops. Oh, that's right. Now this isn't going to work. This isn't quite going to work. We could have forced him to block with his Spellskite there. That's fine. If he wants to bounce with his Jace, I don't think he can beat this board state. He's got to draw a lot of cards. We screwed that up, so we should have actually hasted the Surak. I forgot the Finks got bounced. Why he bounced? Well, I guess he bounced that because of the Surak, yeah. I don't know how he gets around this, though. Next turn, we're just going to trample over. I think. Is he going to Doomblade or Surak? It's fine if he does. Tamio? Okay. What do you get here? Nothing. Okay, whiff. I don't think he can Doomblade us out here. He's going to Doomblade the Surak more than likely. I don't think he can beat this, though. Vapor Snag the Surak. Okay. Do you have a one-mana kill spell? I don't think they exist in this. Like Dismember. I don't think Ghastly Demise is in here. Dismember. Oh, I'm sorry. Dismember would work. Disfigure would not. Dismember would work here. If he has exactly Dismember, I think that's the only card that does it here. No, we don't need to do this. Upheaval? Alright, we need to be wary of here. Okay. Crux of Fate. It's fine. Alright, he's dead next turn if he doesn't smize. But he can't. He's on 0 cards, so he really can't. Because if he had a land... No, he can't. It's 8 mana. Alright, that's game. Cool. Even though we misplayed a little bit in that one, the deck loved us, I guess. Yeah, I like this more low to the ground strategy against what he's got going on. Just no consideration to like Fleet Wheel Cruiser. I don't know. What would I take out for it? Kiora? It may be better than Kiora. Only got 13 creatures though, so like activating it after the first turn is kind of questionable. Vorinclex is just too much. Alright, let's run it back. And I think we'll see him put us on the play. I think his deck shines more on the draw, though. Just looking at what he's got going on. Although, the one thing I do like about this weird build of like green ramp is that we are extremely Planeswalker heavy, which tends to be good against the control decks. It's very tough for them to deal with that. I mean, yeah, this deck could very well have like Hero's Downfall or something like that just randomly deals with Planeswalkers, but he appears to be most heavily blue. He's got a cool deck. I mean, Tamiyo, Jace the Mind Sculptor, Kira I don't quite get. Kira's more of a tempo card. You know, we also see Ugin, which I love that card. The card's awesome. Let's make sure I don't make a mistake here and randomly cast Green Sun Zenith to find a Dryad Arbor. Because I'm so used to finding that thing. Okay, red mana. Probably has burn for a mana dork. Pass it back. This is a slower hand. Rofelos would be the best draw at the top. It'll probably get killed, though, if we play it. Cool. What the heck is that card doing in there? That is so random. I think we do this turn. Put that on top. We're probably going to get countered next turn, but we're going to cast down our Courser. Chromatic Lantern? Cool. Cool, dude. You know, Mana Gorger is almost a consideration. We're going to be making land drops. Or I want to gain life. He's on like the aggro plan. He'll probably kill this thing. That's fine, though. Lightning Bolt? Yeah, okay. Cool. We'll get out of his hand now. That's why I like Storm Chaser Mage is really more of a tempo card. We're probably going to see like a Tamiyo and just lose here. We should be miserable, but I mean, yeah. Oh, Kyranos? It's fine. That card doesn't worry me as much. This will catch up fast. Do you have a daze? We may get dazed here. No, okay. Daze off the top ropes. That's not a good card. Once I know about that, that card stinks. So what we do next turn, and then we play our land out. We go for a Kitchen Finks. Kitchen Finks is the play here, I think. Off of the Green Sun.
That way we can give it haste along with Surok. Alright, Mizium Mortars. That stinks. So he's got some decent hate against us. What do I think here? What I think is this. Start getting card advantage. He just blew the Mizium Mortars. Then we play this out, and if he wants to kill it with his Keranos, it's fine. He'll stave off some early beats. Watery Grave's fine. He's getting an additional card off of that. So Daze, Watery Grave, Daze, XX in hand. I'm not feeling very good about this. We'll see here, guys. So we're taking 3 to the face. We may have to Finks this next turn. We'll see. Oh, he snaps. Sorry, he snaps the Nissa. Does he have more burn? I'm gonna block with the Birds of Paradise. That's why I played that out. So the Storm Chaser, he could tap down the birds. I think that's a bad play, though. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it depends on what his one card is. He could just be trying to get Nissa off the board, but I have so much. If he taps the birds, what do I go get at that point? We know he's got Daze in hand. Oh, he's tapping the birds down. Cool. I think we just play out maybe the Cam Colossus is just right here. Just so much damage. Alright, I think we do this first to inform decisions. Well, let's consider it here. Let's play this out. Look for something. I don't think Sylvan Library is good from this position. Take the Kiora. Okie doke. Song of the Dryads would have been nice there. We'll attack the Tameo. What does he tap down with the Tameo? Probably the Courser. And then we play out the Cam Colossus. He's going to have to get rid of the Kiora. The Kiora is actually decent against Keranos. I mean, he has that Storm Chaser mage, which is very pesky. Or does he tap down the birds to keep us from blocking? Because I'll block all day long against the Snapcaster mage. It's just my mana is not bad right now. I could use more. We still have to remember he has a Crux of Fate, which I don't think is per se good on this board. Okay, he taps down the Courser, which makes sense. He could just kill the Kiora this turn if he has a burn spell. Yeah, he's got it. That stinks. That really stinks, guys. You know, he hit it. Okay, so he is on one unknown in hand. Oh, I'm sorry, he's on days. Days for days, bro. Okie doke. So, we could randomly like set up a biorhythm turn, couldn't we? Just green. Cool, cool, cool. I think we actually have a biorhythm turn next turn. Depends on what he taps. If we can attack in and do 1 damage to him, if he can't play any more creatures, we could just win. Because a lot of folks forget about Shaman of the Forgotten Ways biorhythm clause. It's kind of funny. That may be our line. I mean, he didn't burn it out here. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so what did he get off of the second card? Jace the Mind Sculptor. Cool. I wouldn't be shy. If he knows about biorhythm, he's going to bounce our Shaman of the Forgotten Ways. That is 100% the play. Okay, so we have a Kyranos. I don't care if I get hit with that. That does give him 2 creatures, though. Which means I have to hit him for a minimum of 2. What does he bounce here? If he attacks it, I think we take it and try to play this biorhythm turn out, because he's got the Wandering Fumarole. What does he do with Jace, too? He definitely doesn't top us. He wants us to have Forest. Yeah, I think we got to try to set this biorhythm turn. I think that's the play. I think that is the play. So how much mana do we have? If we don't get our Arbor Elf tapped down, that's 4. Yeah, we've got the mana to do biorhythm, and it's live. So he's drawing 3. He's on a full grip at this point. One interesting thing, I mean, so we could get Song of the Dryads, which I think we end up hitting the Jace with to deactivate the Kyranos. I know we put that on the bottom of the deck, but I think we shuffled it too. We obviously can't draw it off the top because Forest is our top. I think he'll leave back the Kyranos or he'll tap the Cam Colossus. Depends on how aggressive he wants to get here with this. What's he got here? I don't think we're winning this, by the way. I'm just talking through lines that I think can win this game. I think we're actually pretty handily screwed here. Okay, well, he turns off his own Kyranos, and the protection from Black Claws on this thing. Oh, can I win? Can I win? No, he hasn't Tameoed yet this turn. Okay, no, I can't win. I think he's wondering. So he did. This is a changeling, so it's actually a dragon, technically. It's every creature type. That's why that didn't work. And he's like lamenting it now. He's got to tap it down with Tammy. We got land on top. Wall of Blossoms. I don't know. Go ahead and Tameo the thing. It's a dragon. All right, so we randomly win this game. That's just silly. We shouldn't have won this game. But we randomly win off Chameleon Colossus. The board plan worked. I feel pretty bad for him for that, though. Like, that's a read the card thing. Changeling counts the dragon, so Crux did not get us there. That's awesome, though. I mean, come on. That's pretty funny. Misplays all around. I think we had like 1 or 2 misplays the second game. I think, or we screwed something up with Surak. But that one was pretty bad. I mean, it's just like, I feel bad for my backs. That's like just one of those. It's a game-losing mistake, and like I think he was in a commanding position, so it's kind of bad. This is an all-lander. Yeah, we're gonna mull that. This is a one-lander. Are we gonna keep this? I don't like it. We're on the draw though. All right, we just need lands off the top, folks. This is not a good keep, but we have the Mana Gorger. We at least know we have 1 land off the top. Hopefully he's not on UR, like counter burn, and this thing gets burned off. If I can guess. All right, sweet. That's fine. Legacy's Allure is an odd main deck card to me. I guess it is more main deckable in this cube because it's a more creature-based cube. He may take the Llanowar Elves here. That's fine. Just to mana screw us. All right, so he is on blue-red counterburn, which stinks. That's not a matchup I think I'm favored in. I'm kind of hoping he'll take the Elves here. Maybe we're just going to lose. He could just be on Splinter Twin and we just lose this next turn. Which would stink, but it is what it is. Well, let's give him a quick 1-4. Put him under some pressure. I think we got to pressure him as fast as we can because we can't really interact with... Okay, Rabble Master, cool. If he wants to trade both of his cards here for this, we can do that. No problem. No problemo. Does he have counter magic? That's the question. Probably does. He's going to take our Kitchen Finks and block with his Pestermite Finks against that. Okay. The trick is here, I want him to take my Finks. Well, this at least plays around Mana Leak. Counterspell gets it. Or not Mana Leak, Miscalc. We'll kill that thing. He's under a massive amount of pressure right now. This one-lander has definitely drawn out well. I can't say we have not gotten lucky on it. What does he have here? Inferno Titan? That would be a beating. If he does, I think we can still beat it, though. We'll block there. It's probably Inferno Titan. It's kind of what I'm feeling is Inferno Titan. Maybe a Frost Titan, but probably Inferno. Part the Water Veil. That's okay. So he's going to take our Surrak away, but it's not going to have haste, which is fine, and it'll be tapped. And actually, yeah, we win. I think we can win. Depends on what he does here. If he takes the Surrak and has nothing else, like stone nothing. Alright, so he kills that. That's cool. Does he have a counterspell is kind of the question. And we want to hit a land. Because we can actually kill. Okay. So does he have to block here? I think he does. I'll sacrifice a land to this thing. Well, no guts, no glory. Going to 1. I don't know if I like his spot here, guys. This is a game I wasn't sure if I was winning or not. Legacy's Allure actually is pretty good main deck against what we got going on. I mean, it's good against like Fyndhorn Elves, our Mana Gorger, which is just laughable next to a Legacy's Allure. Maybe has like a Treachery effect. Legacy's Allure is kind of nice from the standpoint that you can do it at instant speed. It takes a long time to get to where it needs to get. Okay, we win. Cool. Good deal. He may have been looking for burn to see if he could knock the Nis out, but I mean, we got a pretty good follow-up in the form of Tooth and Nail. These games have been nuts. What do I think here? I don't think we're going for the Chameleon Colossus plan. That was an awesome game. I mean, mostly because like there was no hope we were ever going to win it, and the opponent made a silly mistake and didn't realize that Cam Colossus was a dragon. What do I like here? I think I kind of like this plan. I mean, Song of the Dryads is removal, but like, if he has the combo, he's just going to do it at instant speed. I guess I could put the Raging Ravine and go for like the red fixing. What do I have at instant speed though? Nothing. I have a bonfire. I have a Miser bonfire, the damned sorcery speed Banefire. Yeah, that doesn't really do anything. The Fleet Wheel is, eh. All right, we're gonna run it back, guys, and hopefully not get mauled. Again, I think the opponent's deck is more of a draw deck. I want Goyf. No. Goyf could be interesting because I think his deck's going to... I don't think our deck can activate Goyf, but the reason I think Goyf is a questionable sideboard card, or is a sideboard card at all, this is not keepable, is because... but it's cool because we're on the draw, is because, you know, opponent's decks may mull. Okay, keep it. Well, guys, if we can run this good every time, if he has removal, that's going to stink. Blue? I don't think we go Rofalos the first turn. He's obviously on some sort of burn. Just play this silly thing out. He's no blue mana, which is cool. A lot of red mana. He must have some of the combo pieces in hand because he kept a greedier hand with no blue mana. Oh, yes. Guys, I am glad our opponent's soul is greedier than our own. Surrak, we're just going to beat you to death. Good sir. Actually, do I want to? You know what? No. We're not going to hit him here. We're going to play the Rofalos out. If he burns it off... Cool. If he does, cool. We're actually close to the biorhythm effect of that thing. If we like draw another forest, I think no, it's 11 mana to do that. It's a lot of mana. Yes, all right. The opponent was greedy, and we got there. I hope you guys enjoyed this recording. It was a heck of a draft and really fun. So I hope you guys had fun too. It's pretty funny.